Good morning, everybody. It is February 28th, 2018, last day of February on a Wednesday. Let's take a look at what we have moving. Yesterday we had great, you know what, I didn't even touch on it yesterday. I don't know where my brain was, but we had Powell talking yesterday, and he was pretty hawkish on the current state of affairs. And Fed Chair Powell was a mover yesterday. He moved things pretty big. The dollar index shot up quite a bit. So yeah, it was a pretty good moves all around. Taking a look at our trades yesterday, we wanted to go short on the euro at 122.88, and we definitely got that drive. We definitely got that nice push and flush down, and that is still holding there pretty nicely. That trade worked out perfect. Aussie dollar, we wanted to go short at 78.35. That also worked out pretty nicely. Notice how it's kind of dipped under here on this square, dipped below, bought back up, finding some resistance here, but still holding out pretty nicely. The pound dollar, we wanted to go short at 138.9. We had a nice drop there. Now look where this got halted. On kind of this long trend line, we are technically below. We're looking at the strong confluence zone, so we may see a bounce off this area. But if we get a break below, that's going to be pretty bearish. And then the gold dollar, we wanted to go short. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I see a break on these lines like that, it always makes me smile. We had to stop it. Pretty much got a halt there at 13.16.22, and we wanted to go short at a break and hold of 13.22, which we did get. That worked out nicely. And then we wanted a New Zealand dollar short at 72.6, which we also got at a break up here. So those are some good moves that we've had. Pretty happy with those. We had a pretty cool move in the dollar index yesterday. If we look, it's still up actually. Dollar index shot up monstrously, like over 0.5%. We're still up overnight. We are up 0.17%. The UJ had a big move. Now we've retraced pretty much all of that move yesterday. And now we're kind of back there. And then let's take a look at our cryptos real quick. We're going to get into these trades, but I want to kind of go over a tutorial here. So, Igor at Forex Lens, if you're doing this video, there's going to be like a tutorial here on how to set up a brand new kind of a chart style. Okay, let's get rid of that there. So Bitcoin, it's still trading pretty nicely, pretty powerful move up still. If we look at it from this perspective here, we broke down. We were trading inside this as resistance, traded up, found support. Now we're below it, but we're looking at some supportive buying structure here now. Litecoin, it's just kind of been a laggard, but it's in a supportive buying structure. Ethereum as well, kind of got a wide open area here, but it's a supportive buying structure on this chart here. So keep your eyes open for that. But what I want to go over is I was constructing a new type of chart for us to work on, and I want us to review where are we at. For instance, this is the euro dollar. All right, constructed this yesterday. It's based off the daily. And that's what we're looking like on this one. If we can look at it on the UJ as well. This is the Aussie, New Zealand dollar, Euro pound, which I gotta adjust these levels. These are pretty tight. And I think that's as far as I got. Oh no, I got the dollar pound done. So let's do the US dollar Canadian dollar. And again, this is recording, so you'll be able to follow along. But Gann had a rule or a law called the law of vibration. It was one of the last things he really wrote about, and we have been trying to determine what it is for years as traders. What I have found and what I've read from people much more intelligent than me and who've been studying Gann way longer than me is that the law of vibration is a 192-day cycle from any historical high or low. Okay, so if I want to go back to here, and you always start the day after. So here's a high in the Canadian dollar, the last swing high. And I want to plot 192 days off that line. Oops. 192. We'll go 193. All right, so I'm looking at this. Got 193 days, 192 days. And again, that tool is it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th toolbar on the left here. And we're looking for the date range. And then you just click on it once, hover over the line, click on it once again, and then move it, and then click again to release it, okay? Now, well, let's plot this one just for practice. All right, so then the only thing that you're not going to have access to right away, and the only thing that I am going to have to just plot in here, and you'll have to put the values in yourself, is the these harmonic levels. And so you know what? So the first level we're gonna want to put on the screen is 146. That's the first level. Okay, we want to put 146 on the screen. And then the second one, is 127. Are those levels right? Let me look here. I do not believe that those are correct. Oh. Well, we should not have... Oh, I know what's going on. Yeah, all right. Yeah. That one is off. Guess that would make it a little difficult. Okay. All right, so yeah, we're right. Okay, never mind. I had moved that at one point, I guess. Okay, so now we are looking at this entire zone here. And we want to put the 3 lines in here. I have to actually make these out. And so we're going to do 3 more horizontal lines. And the first level we're going to put it at is 1.412. The second one we're going to put is 1.365. And the third one is going to maybe 1.3175. Okay, so we've got and I like to color coordinate these. All right, now I need to also go halfway in between 192 and 1, so I'm looking for 96 days. So that's the middle. And so I like to color coordinate these because this tells me like this light blue line is 50% of the range between these two harmonics, and the light blue vertical line is halfway in between the time cycles. So it, you know, when price ends up on this area, we're perfectly squared in price and time. All right. And then what we do is we plot lines every 24 days, or as close to it as you can get. So, and you can color coordinate these two, but I'll just put them as black for now. So if I've got 25 days, then I have to do 23 on the next one. That works. And then 24. If it'll let me, it won't though. So I'll just have to go 23. Oops. And then I'm looking here, looking for 24. There we go. $24 and $24. Okay, and you know, since this is recorded, guys, you can come back to this and pause it if you want, and recheck it. But that's essentially what we are looking at. And this is Gann's law of vibration, the time cycle. Now, what I've added to it is I borrowed the idea from looking at, I believe it was either the PurePoint software at one point, or it was the Murray system. God, I don't remember. But you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to color those lines red. We'll do that. So I went like the second vertical line is red, and then the sixth vertical line is red. Second one after that, so you can just kind of see black, red, black, blue, black, red, black, blue. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm going to go to the third toolbar down here, and I'm looking for the Gann square right here, okay? And I'm going to click on that once, and I'm going to go to the very middle of this. Actually, let's start down here. I'm going to click once, and I'm going to drag it until either you know what, you might have to turn the magnet on or off. You might want to turn the magnet off. And I'm going to put them in there so that they form this kind of square. If you can see what I'm doing, you'll kind of get it. All right. Now what I want to do is after you plot those in there, you're gonna have to move them so they fit. So I'm going to move it with my mouse there. I'm going to make these all fit as good as I can. And then we really want to get them in their precise location. So we're going to double click like on this top right one. And I want to look for the coordinates. So the highest value here is I want to make sure that it matches 136.5. It's that midline. So 136.5. And then the bottom one, I want it to match the bottom of that. It's 131.7. So 131.75. Okay. And, you know, you just kind of want to go around and do that to all of them. Make sure that they just match up those horizontal levels that we're going off of. So 6. And then we're at 131.76 and 136.5. Okay. So now we have that one in there. Then we're going to go put some on the other side here as well. So we're going to do this exact same thing. And we're going to move these into those spots. All right. And let's see, we got, and then 131.75. One, 2, 7. I do a lot of these, so if I'm going too fast for you, I apologize. Okay, so now we have this set up, and that is within our time cycle of 192. And so now we want to, you know, we're on a daily, so let's bring it down into the, 4-hour chart. All right, we're gonna have to go back and look at how price responds to these levels. And the behavior pattern, maybe we'll do it on the hourly. And the behavior we're looking for is, if we know if we got these levels right, is if arcs, angles are respected. All right. So, especially arcs. So, if price is coming down to an arc, are we finding supportive buying on it? Sure. If price is going up to an arc, are we finding some difficulty getting beyond it? Yeah, we're seeing some selling. Okay. When price breaks below it, just looking at the structure, observing how it moves. And now the question is, well, how do we find an entry or an exit? I mean, what determines that? Well, without going to a whole lot of detail of figuring out how each of these levels responds and what its strength values are, we're going to use our composite index. So, Constance Brown composite index on TradingView. Oh, it looks like I already had it there. And that's what we're really going to want to go off of. Not all of it, but what am I looking for here? So let's use this area. Prices moving up, but we're hitting into a lot of resistance. Where's that resistance? It's at this angle, it's in this arc, and it's at this level above us. Now, the resistance won't hold if we're not in an overbought or in a if we're not overbought, this will go through. But according to the composite index, we are in an overbought condition because the composite index, the red line, is above the 2 RSI averages here. All right. Likewise, further on, we see price coming down. It's finding some hard areas to go below because it's a support. We got a supportive arc, and we have a supportive fib line. and we have supportive buying signal on our composite index. All right. So this, you can see this repeated as we go through here, and what we're looking for is confirmation and consistency in where our price is reversing near these zones, and if they are we getting high probabilities of those turning out if we sell on those conditions? And the answer is unequivocally yes. Yes, yes, and yes. And so we, just kind of keep fast forwarding here and, looking at how extended this move is. It's kind of divergent because, we're moving up while the oscillator is showing weakness. Again and again and again, we can see how Gann was a genius. And I've just added in these fans of his, and I know that he put them in his charts as well. This is just how I'm assuming that these were plotted. This isn't anything original. I'm struggling to remember where I have seen something like this before, but I know I have. I have not invented anything new, but it's certainly something uncommon and something you don't see a lot of, right? So, looking at that is kind of our setup there. Now, question is, what happens after that? Well, we can plot again 192 days off of this, but what we really want to determine is, was there a new? So here's the high. Okay, here's where we base the high. Could we base it off of this low, this new low here? We could, but is there another lower low from prior? Yes and yes. So we'll probably stick with this, okay? Now, there is no significant rule on when you stop plotting off of this, but generally when, it's hard to say, like, I don't know, we've been going, this is from 2016, and we're all the way now to 2017 over here. I'm going to say after a year or 2 years on a chart, if you have a new swing, low off of here, and there's a new one here, even though it's, it's not as low as this one, but it is lower than here, I think we are safe forming a new square, a new cycle right there. Okay, now we're going to get to plotting this one. Well, actually, let's check out our trades for the day first. Okay. What do we got? Let's look at gold. Gold is in a touchy spot. If we get a break of this, if we get a break of 1316 and a break of this angle, we should be pretty bearish. Move my mic around a little bit here. So that's kind of looking at our trade for a lower bias. We're really looking for a break and hold below these two supportive lines here. On the euro, let's use the. I've already built a lot of these in, tried to get them done last night and this morning. But so when I'm looking at the euro, I'm looking at it, finding some support, not only just, in this, it's struggling to hold this line, but, we are inside this arc, and we are crossing over from selling conditions, and if we break this arc, we have a trip down to probably 121.33. So, I'm not looking to take a long because we're inside the arc, but I'm looking for a break below the arc to go short. So I'm looking at 121.97. Actually, just even right at this level. $1.226 is probably a good stop range. I know I usually don't suggest stops. I think that's every trader's own job to do. So some limited risk there. UJ. Looking at long still, okay. Looking at long, looking at returning. You know, could we have down pressure? Sure, we could end up back down to 106.4. I don't see that happening. I see all that bullish behavior, but you know, we should think about going long above 107.19. All right. Aussie dollar. Okay, firm rejection off of those levels. So we should look for a short, even in this right around this area. Okay. And again, our risk is little because we're just looking at, you know, here's our risk zone is up here. This is where kind of our stopping zone is. Because we're very extended at this level, and we're in all this resistance here, and it doesn't look like we're in a very supportive zone on the Aussie dollar here. You know, it's really trying to get back into staying above its breakout area, but it doesn't look like it's going to. You know, in a lot of ways, on the longer time frame, the Aussie dollar is very extended. It's had some pretty powerful move down compared to its peers. You know, we're below the mid. That's pretty bearish. We are below the mid. That is pretty bearish. So let's keep our eyes on that. New Zealand dollar. Similar setup here. Looking to go short because we found resistance at the arc here. And again, our risk area is little because, you know, we're looking at a stop, you know, above 172.30. We are in a supportive sell setup because our composite index is above the 2 averages. All right. Pound dollar. Now here's where we may find a little support. Probably looking at a long. Well, I don't know. The dollar's really strong though. That's the only thing we got to be careful of. So no trade on the. I know we have a short bias. We're not in a short setup. So if we're gonna look for a short, we're gonna look for a short on a pullback to 138.65. Euro pound facing weakness up there. Yeah, it's a pretty weak move. UCAD. Well, we haven't formed one on here yet. And that's what we're looking to do. So let's go ahead. You know, I know it's 8 o'clock, but and I'm sorry, we're looking at Bitcoin as well. You know, we've got. I mean, what can you say about Bitcoin? It's got a lot of momentum behind it to keep moving. So. Yeah, we just got to keep our eyes on that and look for it to keep going along. All right, now let's continue to work on that US dollar, Canadian dollar. Okay, so I'm starting another 192-day cycle off this low here. And again, you start the day after. All right, so there's 192. Now I'm just going to take, actually, I'm just going to take the ones that were over here. And then I want 96. So I'll have to go with 95. And then I'm going to go 24 days. So there's 24. You know what? Why don't I just go boom, boom, boom. Slide these all over. The whole lot. Oops. All right, and I can zoom in a little bit. Oh, I was off just a tiny bit. Okay, now I need to put these squares in. And actually, I just need to put in a few of them because okay. You know what? I forgot that I was. Let me make sure that was 95. Okay, I see. So I was looking for actually 26, not 24. I thought those looked a little off. And 25. There we go. Now we're good. There we go. Now we look pretty normal. And without doing a whole lot, I'll just make sure that this particular fan or Gann square is okay. Because that's where price is trading at right now. Now I want to go in and I'm looking at this and what am I seeing? I am seeing some pretty nice bullish behavior in here. All right, we are inside the arc we were trading. We've bounced out of it. And so what are we looking for? We're looking for price to hold this area and trade higher. If we do break below, we're going to probably retest that 127 zone again. So again, nice bullish bias on UCAD. Cool. Well, that is pretty cool moves, guys. Awesome. Again, those are our trades for the day. You know, let's just kind of look at what we got going on. Pound dollar might be catching a little bid. Aussie dollar. UJ. Oh, UJ might be showing a little weakness there. Might be showing a little supportive here. We'll see. See what happens as we go on. And gold. I should get a gold chart set up on this at some point, but yeah. Cool. Yeah, we got some trades going on. I think we're gonna have a good day today, and looking forward to Thursday and Friday. And I hope you all have had a profitable week so far, and I hope you all have a good rest of your trading day and trading week. And we'll visit with you tomorrow morning. Talk to you later. Bye bye.